How do I start these things? I feel like it's a different format now, so I should be like, hello there.
Yeah.
Old buddy Grizzly Jim. But I don't feel like that's going to work for this. But anyway, this is the first ever episode of my brand new podcast, working title of Merlin's Archery Adventures podcast with me, Grizzly Jim. And this is the first episode, and I've got someone very special in, someone who I've admired for a while, someone I've seen out there. I don't know if this will be the first episode that gets released. I don't know. But anyway, you know him as Trad Sniper from Instagram mainly. That's you kind of
Instagram.
And but yeah, I just wanted someone special in for the first interview where we can talk about traditional archery, just chew the fat and just talk some nonsense. So but yeah, so Lee, the Trad Sniper, he's the guy with the black longbow. That's how you are kind of.
That's how I'm known in the competition rings. Just guy with black English longbow. So
and I've shot it, so I'm kind of.
He pulled it back. He got it all the way back. Clean form.
Cried a little bit, but that's fine. But yeah, you've come all the way from down south.
Sorry
to come up and see us today. And we've been out on the range. We've been having a little bit of a shoot.
I've had a cracking day.
It's been brilliant. It's because when you know someone only through the internet, it's very, very weird, isn't it, when you kind of meet them in person?
Yes.
Because I've been looking at your stuff, like I said earlier, like most of the while I'm on the loo, scrolling. Oh, there he is. But yeah, so to see you in the flesh is pretty cool because I've admired what you do for a while. You are doing some really good things in the world of archery.
Thank you.
And that's what we're going to talk about today, some of the stuff you're up to. Yeah, it's really great that you can come here, talk to what an old archery has been. And,
no way.
Talk about
about
archery. Because you're like, I consider you the kind of next generation of content creators, archery content creators. It's I don't like the term influencers.
I've grown away from that word.
It's horrible.
Yeah.
And
early 20s it was fine, but now I'm coming into my mid-late 20s. It's just like.
But yeah, I don't know. I've never liked that term. It always seems a bit.
I mean, for a long time it was just working out what sort of how to describe yourself as just posting on the internet, growing a following. Yeah. And because what else you call it? Yeah, it's so weird. But it's like when you say, what do you do? I just post pictures of myself shooting my bow and arrow. Yeah.
It's weird. But you're out there, you're telling your story, you're sharing really good stuff. And it's nice to see there is a lot of trash out on the internet, but when it must have been quite a few years ago, I first sort of seen your stuff. Yeah,
I mean, I started posting on Instagram 4 years ago, and I originally made my Instagram account because at work I used to listen to Mick Chambers' Quick Shots podcast.
Yes, yeah.
And you were on that.
I was on it.
You were on it, yeah. Many years ago.
I mean, a podcast isn't really a podcast if I'm not on it.
You've been on all of them, dude. You've been on all of them.
I like Mick. He's such a good guy. The archery geek.
Yeah. That's the one. Yeah, that's Mick. And I was just, listening to, British archers was very inspiring for me because a lot of the stuff we see with traditional archery is mostly from the States.
Yeah. It's a much bigger market, though.
Well, they got like the whole hunting industry, so it is just a bigger market out there. They've got more people, bigger country, whatever. But having British archers who shoot the same style as me, I was like well into it. So anyone, from Britain, I won't list all the episodes, but anyone from Britain, I just kept going back to. And he had one English longbowman called Nick Keogh. Really great episode. And then he was like talking about his Instagram because that was his bag. And I searched him up on like my personal one, and I saw that he had like a couple thousand followers. So I was like, I could do that, and then maybe one day I could get on that podcast.
Yeah.
Because I think I'm interesting. So I started Instagram, started posting on that, and then by the time I had grown a sort of similar following to be on that sort of podcast, he had stopped making episodes. So I was like, oh no, I missed the boat sort of thing. But I found that posting on Instagram was sort of my version of journaling.
Yeah.
And because archery is my main hobby and point of focus and obsession to a degree, it's really nice being able to scroll backwards through it. And if you've seen my Instagram, I write a lot because it is journaling for me. Yeah. I could think of a day, a tournament, competition, and I'll remember the good parts about it, but then reading through, I can read the bad things that happen, what I was struggling with, good and the bad, and I find that really nice because it just...
That's what I like about you.
Develops about it.
It's an honest...
Yeah.
It's like a microblog, really.
Yeah, it is blogging.
And scrolling through, you do share the bad because so many people doing sort of this kind of thing where they're sharing their journey, archery journey, or whatever they're into, really.
Yeah.
We have a habit of just sharing the
good stuff.
Best.
Yeah.
Everything's shiny, everything's...
Groups that big.
Yeah.
Effortless, whole shots.
But it's not. That's not reality. You have really crappy days at archery where nothing's going right, nothing feels right, it hurts, it's uncomfortable, the arrows aren't doing what they're supposed
Weather
to.
sucks.
Weather sucks.
Yeah.
And that's all part of the journey. And you share that as well as all the high.
Yeah, I'll share the... well, that's the thing. I think being authentic and showing bad days, I think if you want key to growing online, show bad days, it's authentic. But it is just, I need to be reminded that I suck sometimes.
Yeah.
It is humbling just going through and seeing, crap shots, broken arrows, losses at tournaments. I need that because that helps me grow as an archer. And having that sort of little blog there, when I think about competing at the Surrey Target Champs, I remember having a really fun day shooting with some of the best guys in the country and ended up coming away with bronze in Surrey Gentlemen. And I was just thinking about that, I was like, oh, that's a good day. Reading through, I totally forgotten, blinked out my brain that I was competing with 3 different arrow builds because I had run out of a full set of 6.
Yeah.
So I had 2 of my 70-meter build. I had 2 for my war bow, so they were just these really thick, long arrows.
For the line cutters.
Yeah, just for the line cutters. Did not help. And then there's some other crappy build I did back years ago. And I totally forgot about that, but then it's humbling. So I'm like, okay, well, maybe I wasn't, shooting the best that day. I had, equipment wasn't great. I wasn't great. I was going through a pretty rough time in my life.
Yeah.
But it's just nice having those little reminders.
Yeah.
I do really enjoy that. That's what it is for me, because it is just blogging.
Yeah, I mean, I do the same. I occasionally will go back through. I mean, because I've been doing Instagram for a very long time. I like to go back and scroll because it's been there for ages.
Yeah.
I can look back at stuff from
Different points in life.
10 years ago, how different bows I was shooting, different things I was trying out, different events I'd gone to, the gatherings. And
is that cool going back? Do you ever watch your old videos and sort of just relive those?
The only videos I go back and watch are the gathering ones.
Yeah.
Anything that my recent one when I went to Germany, the call.
Yeah.
I've gone back and watched.
Watch it.
It's pretty good. I'm pretty good in it. But yeah, that was just. I mean, it's not that wasn't the film I wanted it to be.
Yeah.
We didn't have. We was all gonna do a bit more filming, but we kind of just got caught up in the moment and spent time shooting and doing stuff, and we didn't get the cameras out as much as we wanted. But that wasn't the point of the trip. The point wasn't to make a film; it was to have this experience. So it wasn't quite as meaty as I wanted it. But I do go back and I watch that, and I like watching it with the people that I went with.
Yeah.
I think we might do a little commentary type video on it. But I'll go back and watch all the gathering videos, anything I made on when I went to ETAR. I watched that again fairly recently. I'll watch those. But most of the gear reviews and the tutorials, I tend not to. Once
it's out there, it's done.
Yeah, and I'll occasionally watch it again to answer comments and things and reply to people. But I tend not to watch. I don't know.
Yeah.
Sounds
Unless you're just reviewing a bow.
Yeah,
it's a bow you really like.
Because you can scroll back and it's like you say, like a micro blog of what you've been up to. You don't have to sit through a 20-minute video. Just chubby dude with a beard talking about how much he loves this bow.
This bow's awesome.
This bow's amazing. It's brilliant. It's good for the money. Yeah, so I do like. I mean, I think Instagram is my favorite social media platform.
Yeah, I tried YouTube. I think I'd need to properly give it a better go. But yeah, I tried branching out to. So again, this was in like my early 20s. So I was trying to reach out and get people interested in archery as much as I could. Yeah. But when you were trying to illustrate archery to people outside of the sport, it does become a bit of an uphill battle, I find, because a lot of people have, ideas and opinions about archery. If they don't do it, it's like, God, you go on an archery video, you always hear a comment about medieval bowmen pulling.
Yeah.
These poundages are so low, like they did way better in medieval times. It's like, it's not the point, It's like, this is Olympic recurve, dude. Like, come on,
there are so many sort of armchair archers out there.
100%.
Keyboard warriors, I guess they call
them.
I'm interviewing you. I don't want to talk about myself, but I did a year or two ago, I did a couple of videos for Insider.
Love those videos.
And now the whole premise was to look at the archery within films and judge how accurate it was.
Yeah.
Not how good the film was, not anything like that. It was just the archery. But the comment section,
it's crazy, dude.
God,
it's crazy.
Psychos. It started off being quite funny, and then it just made me realize that some people are a bit not all there. It was and clearly a lot of people were talking very, very authoritative. Is that what, authoritative? Is that the right word?
Yeah. No, I'd say so. Yeah.
About something they clearly didn't know anything about.
Yeah.
Like, I think you find Legolas could do this because there's a high... We're talking about the archery. It was just loads of stuff like that. And it was funny at first, but...
it just grinds.
Yeah. And I try and shield myself from negativity wherever I can.
Yeah.
But you always get it. You always get like some people being...
Well, it's just that archery does have a weird like Dunning-Kruger effect where, it's, you know nothing, your confidence excels through the roof and you think you know everything because you've done it a few beginners courses, and then you plummet down and you realize you don't know that much, and then that's where mastery happens because you then start seeing it from like outside the box and from different views, I guess, because it's like archery is worldwide.
Yeah.
I mean, apart from like, like Antarctica and Australia, everywhere's had archery.
Yeah, and it all developed independently as well.
Exactly.
Like farming.
Depending on what materials they had or what they were even doing. It's like an Asiatic bow is going to be shot differently to how a English longbow is shot.
Yeah.
And some people will be like, oh no, you're shooting with the wrong arrow on the wrong side, not doing split finger, it's just like you don't know what you're talking about.
I'm so glad you mentioned Dunning-Kruger. I talk about that a lot with people.
Yeah, no, 100%.
You see it so much with people speaking with absolute authority about something they have a vague understanding.
Yeah.
But I find the opposite, the polar opposite to the Dunning-Kruger is sort of imposter syndrome, where someone is very knowledgeable, but they don't feel like they can talk about it.
That's me right now. I'm sat here with Grizzly Jim. I'm just a dude on Instagram.
That's all I am. I'm just a dude on the internet. Just a couple of dudes on the internet.
Guys. It's great. I mean, I've been speaking about it all day, but I remember your first videos on your own channel when you were like 20-something.
That was my mom and dad's dining room.
Yeah, and you were just sat there like, I like Eastern Axis, or like gold tips, comparing them. I think you were like, your attic bedroom talking about like
that was my garage.
Oh, that was your garage.
That was my
Okay.
garage that would later become the home of Grizzly Strings.
Okay, wow. That's seen some years.
I'm going to try and get a blue plaque
Yeah.
on the garage, the historical value. But that was. Wow, I was trying to remember when my first YouTube video was.
It was like 12 years ago.
But yeah, it was just because I. Sounds a bit. I see myself as a visual storyteller, but I've always shared my passions.
Yeah,
like that's how I enjoy my passion, is sharing it. And there was nothing. There was nobody out there really. Well, there was a couple of people out there. We'll talk about them in a minute, but there was nothing out there that I could digest. And, there's a couple of books, and I think I used to have an old Fred Bear VHS.
Okay,
like it was taped off Channel 4 at 3 o'clock in the morning or something. And that was all I had. And it was kind of in the early stages of kind of Facebook and Facebook groups started.
Yeah, internet just coming.
Yeah.
It was like internet culture was like growing at that point in like the sort of like 2010 sort of era. Because it was like there were just only a few people doing it, and like we listed them off earlier. So you had like Wolfie Hughes, Gray Archer, Jeff Kavanagh.
Do you remember a guy called Chris Billingsgate?
I don't
Billingsgate
know.
Archery. He's the guy that got me into making videos.
Oh, okay.
Because he was in a. Because it was back in the day when you could see someone on the internet, you find them online and be like, hey,
hello.
And you just, there wasn't like weird barriers and things.
Ye olde influencing.
Yeah, because it was such a small kind of community.
Yeah, sort of tight knit. It's like, oh, you're shooting trad, so let's chat.
And I got talking to him, and I said, I've been shooting for years, but this instinctive archery thing, I didn't know it was called that. And we about it.
Exactly.
And he was like, just make a video on it. And just do it. And I did. And that was when I went into my parents' because my house was
Mom, Dad, stay out of the kitchen. I'm making a video.
I'd not long had a kid, so my house was just a noise factory. So I went to my mom and dad's house in the dining room, propped my iPhone up, and some books, and just started talking about archery, and it was amazing just to be able to like
no, it was just like a golden age for archery on YouTube, because I mean I started shooting when I was 4 years old, and in the little village I grew up in, Barnum, down south near the coast, the shop was called the Trading Post, and that's where you go get your your weekly shop and little bits, but it was Wild West themed.
Oh, nice.
So they had like the big Native American statue, totem poles everywhere. It's all Wild West themed. And my parents got like my older brothers like little cap guns, little spud guns from there, because they had like a little toy section. And
you can smell the caps now.
You can see, that cordite sort of like, and me and my little brother, being the youngest, we got the little bow and arrows with the sucky tips and the little paper headdresses, and apparently, like my mum says, I just loved bow and arrow. Yeah. And I remember just going around the house, just shooting like picture frames and windows, just trying to.
Pictures were good because you could see
headshots,
patio doors, anything.
Old 3D archery.
Dad's bald head.
And then from then, as I got older, so I grew up on my family's homestead. We had quite a bit of farmland and big fields that I could just go crazy in and explore. So we are. Story. It's why I latched onto your content when you started making it, because I was like, we're similar. We're pretty, cut from the same cloth, sort of deal. But I just used to start like nicking my dad's like bread knife, so I could hop over and start cutting down, bits of hazel, get my older brother to string it up, get a little bit of hazel, just shoot in the air and just watch it come down. But I just always had that like interest in it. And then, get to Christmas, get a fiberglass bow, fiberglass longbow for the first time, and then I started.
Was it like a Shakespeare? You remember them? Fiberglass bows?
I remember them, but I think mine was actually called like an Indian. It was a green fiberglass. slight reflex.
Was it a bear? Was it a bear one?
It may have been a bear Indian or something like that.
There was quite a few that were basically the same bow, just in different
Just
colours,
repackaged.
with
Different
names on them,
colours. You had a red one?
The first bow I had was a wooden one. So I did it properly.
It was a Slazenger.
Yeah, Slazenger. I'm just better than you. It was wood. It's fiberglass nonsense. But it was too much for me. So my dad built me one. But I had a yellow Shakespeare fiberglass.
Okay.
It came with really annoying. It came with 2 arrows.
Yeah.
Come on, 3. Come on, at least 3.
After progressing through, getting a new bow every couple of years, it's I shot up in poundage. I grew like a tree, and I was,
because you're a big lad. I mean, if you're watching this, you can see, but if you're listening to it, it's a big
gigantic. And you've seen the pictures of my lopsidedness from. Because the thing is, it's now being into English longbow, everyone talks about the mastery we as a culture had in the medieval times that you had to start as a kid to pull these weights, and it's the butts, and it's my body's grown from there because I've got a huge trap on one side, I've got huge lats on one, I've got bone spurs, in my left arm just from years of pulling heavy bows. But then it was when I was 13, 14, I got a laptop for Christmas. Yeah. And I got internet access and found YouTube.
The world.
And I was just archery, anything. And I was watching just all sorts. I was watching Compound, Olympics. I was, still trying to find traditional archery because I was just typing in recurve and I was getting the Olympics. I was what's going on? And then I found your video.
Yay.
And that's when I was, what's your first ever archery video? I was like, oh, this is cool. And then check out your channel. Oh, it's singing covers.
Only the one.
3 videos. There's 3 videos on there.
One song.
Each one getting better.
Just, I wrote a song. It's called Zombie Girlfriend that was used in a web show starring John Hedger, which is Napoleon Dynamite, if anyone's interested. And my first few videos on YouTube were
you're in a little beanie singing.
Such a hipster. So I wrote this song called Zombie Girlfriend, and then there was some ice hockey videos on there.
Yeah, I think that was
I used some music that I shouldn't have used, and I got scared. Deleted them. Oh no!
Delete back. But then I started finding more Grey Archer, Wolfie Hughes, all those old school names from the golden age.
That was my pool of contemporaries.
Yeah, they were your peers.
Yeah, Wolfie Hughes, Jeff Kavanagh, Grey Archer. He was the one that I first coined. I don't think he coined it, but the first time I heard the term instinctive archery was from Grey Archer, and I was like, that's what I do.
Yeah.
And I kind of got followed his stuff. I mean, I think kind of went off the rails a little bit sort of towards the end, but his early stuff was just so honest, just him, just sitting in the woods, just talking about archery. And he kind of started it all, really, the kind of internet sort of archery thing. And then I found Jeff Kavanagh. Who such a cool dude.
Yeah.
And I'm honoured to call him a friend as well as a contemporary. He's a really, really good guy. And I learned a lot from him, actually, even though he was in Canada. But I had a real problem with target panic years back. And I phoned him up and I was like, Jeff, I don't know what I'm doing anymore. And he kind of helped me out with that and set me straight, get me talking to.
His videos were awesome because he did like some moving targets and keeping interest in archery for tween, little teenager. It's like, we're getting more exciting targets, swinging bottles, bouncing balls like that.
But he could do it as well. Like he had the receipts.
It's on camera.
Legend of a guy, Jeff. And Wolfie Hughes as well. He was really beneficial to a lot of people. Really good technical archer. he was out there. Yeah, it's a shame he doesn't do stuff anymore because
I think he's just lent more into like his equestrian, his horse stuff. He does horse archery, like horseback archery, but he's not doing as much.
It is exhausting.
Archery. Yeah,
like, trying to come up with content. Like you know what it's like trying to come up with content ideas and stuff. Yeah, he gets exhausted. And I've quit several times.
You keep coming back.
Keep coming back like a bad smell.
The curse.
The curse. It's just because I can't get a proper job. I'm just going to end up doing this forever.
I mean, I've had fun today. I mean, helping a gentleman with his wood arrows. That was awesome.
Yeah, well, you don't know this, but there was a chap in the shop today, and he was asking some questions about spining wooden arrows for a certain bow, and Lee just jumped in there and was like helping him out, and took him around to the arrow section. It was brilliant.
I need to get back. Jim needs me, and he's just asking me more questions that I can't let him go unanswered. You know, it's helping's pretty cool. Yeah. So I've done coaching, you know, on beginners day courses for my club because that was pretty good at my club. Because I mean, go back a bit. I exclusively like shot in my parents' garden from like the age of 4 till about 21.
Yeah.
And then, I think I joined my club after COVID. And then when I started getting into it, I was the only trad shooter at my club. And because I was, you know, trying to get more people interested into it, and there'd always be questions, because if you go to a beginner's course in this country, it's 9 out of 10 times you're just going to get given a semic discovery with a sight on it. And they're teaching Olympic recurve, and there is a reason for that. You know, it's the biggest, you know, discipline we have for competition. So it's what we coach most. But if anyone during the lunch is like, oh, what about other sides of archery? I was sort of like the traditional shooter for my club, so I show them, you know, I have very aggressive can.
Wheeled out.
Yeah, I get wheeled out. Well, we used to do
the longbow.
We used to get like little competitions going on between me and like Fergus, who was like real like child prodigy Olympic recurve shooter, and he was like 15 or something. You know, targets were only at 15 meters, but it was just like get some of the beginners, you know, interested in showing different styles. There'll be someone with compound,
because there's always more way to do something.
Yeah, and if someone wants some more, you know, Lords of the Ringsy sort of like, you know, shooting, I'm there, aggressive can, I'm shooting quickly, I'm shooting all golds at 15 meters, you know, what can I say?
Just saying.
You know, and keeping up with the recurves. So it was...
Just to dive, I've shot with you today out on the range.
Unreal.
He's pretty good with a stick. He was holding his own with what is essentially a bent stick. And so you can do it. You've got the goods. You can hold your own.
Thank you. But I mean, you were, you know, still whooping me, and you didn't even have a knocking point.
Well, I am.
is the Grizzly Jim.
I'm kind of a big deal.
He's the face of traditional archery in this country. But yeah, it's just like I enjoyed coaching for the club, but I don't know, if someone's got English longbow question or traditional archery question, I'm in, and I just want to help as much as I can.
Well, I saw it first time.
Yeah.
He was a lovely old dude telling us his story and whatnot, and it was just like you just took him off and like, it doesn't even work here. But it just it was amazing.
Kieran from Archers of Glen, if your arrows suck, I'm so sorry, but that was me. That was me telling your Fletcher what to do. Yeah. Hopefully they're good though. That'd be awesome. But yeah, so I don't know. I think right now, but I'm more focused on my own archery right now. But I think coaching and more help in the future is going to be. I think that'd be good because I do want to get English longbow a lot more popular with younger people.
It's because it's seen as like a bit of an old boy.
It's seen as a retirement discipline because it's easier on the body.
No, it's not. I shot your bow. It's not.
Oh, that's the exception. That's the exception. But it's like being, you know, youngest guy at a BLBS shoot by 20 years is a weird feeling. Getting called the kid, you know, at one of those shoots, that's just like, come on, dude, I got a mustache. Like,
I grew this.
I grew this for this, you know, the Robin Hood.
So you'll get some salt and pepper in it soon. It'll be fine.
Yeah, I'm getting it in the sides. That's awesome. I mean, you, Rocky, you got that sort of like Obi-Wan kind of look, though.
Hello there.
Is that where that come from? You know, hello there.
Hello there. I think it
Yeah.
is. I think it is from that. But I just did it because
It was one of those old videos where you had like an Obi-Wan figurine, and I was like, he kind of looks like him, and he's saying it. And now he's got evidence.
into it a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's, I guess maybe there's a
kind of lent into that more, like, you know, instinct of archery using the force, you know, kind of thing.
But yeah, I don't know where that came from actually. Hello there. I think because I always used to be like, "Hello, internet.
Yeah.
Welcome to Archery Adventures." And I think when
and now the internet's so normal.
Yeah.
That's not even like a niche greeting.
Yeah.
So
But yeah, I think I stole that from I think it was Matt Pat from.
Oh really? Okay.
What was it?
Game Theory.
Game Theory.
Yeah.
Game Theory and all that.
Yeah.
Because he used to get hello internet, and I think I stole it from him.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Oh man, old YouTube was so good.
Yeah, old YouTube was amazing.
It was a different era.
Yeah,
totally.
And it's difficult to get a foothold in because I've done my own thing. Then I went to Merlin, and then my channel kind of dropped down. Then I left Merlin, went back to my own thing. Then the Merlin channel dropped down, and it's kind of easy to fall out of the algorithm.
Yeah.
And
well, there is a thing that I'm quite strongly opinionated on, and that is if you want to be like big on the internet, especially within something as niche as archery, you can go down two paths, and you can either be impressive to the general public who don't know much about archery, so like, you know, just like trick shooting and, you know, myths and, you know, sort of like mythos around certain styles and, you know, the types. Or you can be impressive to archers. And
I'm neither.
No way. You're impressive to me, you know. Right. And I made the decision to focus more on, like being impressive to archers, because it's like I could throw a ball in the air, shoot with an arrow, pin it to a wall, and, you know, go absolutely viral. Yeah. You know, like, oh my God, this guy's Robin Hood. You know, you see those videos all over the place. Or you can put in a good score on a Portsmouth and then have other archers who understand the skill that's needed of a score like that, you know, to start giving you your flowers and, you know, cheering you on. So it is a weird choice that you've got to choose, I feel. Yeah. And if you're starting to play for algorithms, it just, it feels so like businessy. It is. And that's just like not really authentic to me.
No,
so
well, that's kind of my job.
Yeah.
That's kind of what I've got to do.
Well, that's the thing, but you are impressive with archers, so that's more like the more impressive thing.
But I said with the, funnily enough, last Thursday, we was talking about The Call, the last little film I did, and it's not been as big as other videos I've done in the past. But I said to the guys, I was like, this was made for an audience of 4. Yeah. This was just so we could watch it and enjoy it and remember our little trip to Germany.
Well, yeah, it's for you guys, and then the people like me who have watched it. You know, it's important to that audience as well. It might be a smaller audience, but it's still as important and impactful to those people. You could have just gone around like, I don't know, shooting arrows out of the air or something weird. You know, it's just like get crazy views, but then that's a bit hollow.
There's definitely that kind of spectacle archer and the archer's archer, and we saw it with like what was his name, Lars Anderson. Diverse of subject, and I mean, it was a long time ago now, but
he's still kicking off. He's still doing things that are upsetting people.
Still doing his stuff, and fair play to him. He's doing his stuff, but he was far more popular with non-archers.
100%, exactly.
There's an archer that knows what they're doing, looking at it, and like, well, he's doing terrible.
He's doing crazy things,
and some dangerous thing. But he was a showman. He was an incredible showman.
Yeah.
And I'll give him that. He was an incredible.
He knows how to play the algorithm. Yeah. He understands the sort of like, you know, the social networking of making a hit video like that. And, you know, he caught lightning in a bottle. I think he's got the most viewed archery video on the internet. And now he's just trying to recreate that with different things. It's like recently he did a video about rediscovering Viking archery, and he basically has claimed that he discovered the night bows, which are, sort of like, don't quote me, 10th century Viking longbows that had like a iron spike on it, and he's now trying to like just spin. He's Danish himself, but he's trying to spin like Danish history in his way, and he's quite well known for misrepresenting history and historical texts and artworks too.
It did well.
It did well.
Being diversive does.
Yeah.
Like, I think Jeremy Clarkson or something said like the reason why he is so popular is because 50% of the people love him. The other 50% absolutely hate him, and it's that creates the thing. And I think making a video, I think did him well. I mean, it put archery
out there
that wouldn't normally.
And it probably did inspire people to take up the bow. And it does make archery look cool, and that is the best way to get our sport to grow.
Well, at Merlin, like we noticed a huge spike in people like off the back of that video. So from a business point of view, it was amazing.
Yeah.
But But I've never chased spectacle. It's not been something.
Yeah, it's just
I've never even chased internet notoriety. I just
kept turning up.
Happens.
Yeah,
keep plugging it away at it, and
What is one of your favourite Merlin videos you've done or not done? Because one of mine, which I used to go back and rewatch all the time, was like the Merlin Archery Apocalypse.
Oh,
with the zombies,
that was so much fun to make.
Yeah, that was so cool. It was a cool way of showing different bow styles in a comical way.
Well, originally,
and zombies were huge at that point because like Walking Dead. So
zombies were everywhere. And those guys in the zombies were professional zombies. Like,
oh really?
Yeah.
Okay.
I've got some weird friends, and but yeah, we originally it was just going to be the intro bit.
Yeah.
Just to it was going to be this really elaborate, and that was the joke, to have this really cinematic, elaborate intro to just a really normal video about knocking points or something. But I showed it to Benny. He was like, "You've got to do more with this. You've got to push this."
That's awesome.
So we filmed the second half and made a whole video out of it. But filming the first half, filmed it by me in a little woodland by me.
Yeah.
And everyone came to my house about 5 o'clock in the morning. So there's people in the living room getting all made up.
Yeah.
A lot of the zombies, they did their own makeup.
Okay.
And we got in the car and it's 11 o'clock by the time everyone's got their makeup on and everything.
And we're sweating and the makeup's coming down.
That's crazy. But we went to a little garage, a little service station just by me, just before I got to the woods. I was like, let's get everyone some water and some snacks and stuff so we can do it. So I'm in the shop paying. Yeah. I look out the window and they've all got out the car and they're just like
shuffling around.
Zombieing around the forecourt of the garage, like banging on people's windows. And I would have done anything for the CCTV.
Yeah, that would have been. Just imagine waking up that day, just be like, what is on my window?
Because at least two of the guys, they're proper method. So once they're a zombie,
you're not getting them out.
On,
yeah.
And the same guy, when we filmed the second half, because we filmed it over 2 days.
Oh, wow, okay.
He slept in his makeup. And
and then it looked grungier the next day.
The next day. And then because Ben took us all because we filmed it the second bit in Loughborough. We got a few of these guys to stop in hotels, and he took us all out for some food and whatnot.
Yeah.
So the one guy was just still in his makeup, but he was still being a zombie.
Okay.
Just eating his steak away.
Yeah.
It's so crazy. But I mean, that's what's amazing about being back at Merlin is they do give me.
They give you a lot of free rein
to just do weird stuff. And
like this.
Like, this is my new venture. But I did a all last year it was our 50th anniversary, so we did 50 years gave away 50 prizes.
Yeah.
But every now and again I just throw in this bizarre, weird cinematic intro.
Yeah.
Like when we did the Ucker limbs.
Yeah.
Like a weird James Bond thing where I played every character. It was just
Patrick Houston do the
Taken
thing,
Yeah.
had the Stranger Things.
Yeah, I love stuff because I love pop culture. I love
But it's
I like using it in stuff, and it's great that they let me do that kind of thing. And it's I don't think I've ever been told no. which is quite good.
Cool.
Some of the times I haven't said what I'm going to do. I've just done it. By that point, it's too late. But no one said, "Like, you can't do that."
Yeah,
you can't do that. So it's
okay.
I've got a lot of creative kind of freedom, which is nice. But what I wanted to do with this, I just wanted something a bit different.
Yeah,
and I love podcasts. I consume a lot of podcasts because I've got a huge commute every day. So I'm
the same. You know,
so this will be good because the video will be long form video on YouTube. The audio will be on normal audio platforms, and then I can chop up all the sound bites and stuff. Sounds really cool and say something really smart. Chop it up and put it on social media. So this is my project for this year.
Awesome.
It's just. But you've just being in kind of media. You've got to keep with the times, keep things moving, and I've experimented with podcasts before, but I've never really committed to anything. I mean, I had my own podcast.
Yeah.
I don't know if you ever saw
it. You did the cryptids and the sort of like...
Well, that was going to be a traditional...
Well, I went into that thinking like, oh my God, he's made a traditional archery podcast. I need to listen to this right now. And then I'm hearing about like ghost stories. So I was like, what the? But, it's like you have quite a few strings to your bow kind of thing. I've got two. I've got archery and video games, which is my other passions. Like my university degrees in video game design.
Oh, wow.
So, I was growing up, despite being the kid who cut down trees to make little bows, I was also really into drawing and art. So
there's very similar. This is weird,
crazy.
Yeah, because that was me. Are you just? Am I just a view from the future?
I don't know. You were. This is going to sound so weird, but it's like you were so instrumental with how I developed as a young adult. Because when I got into traditional archery, coming into my 20s, I was wearing plaid shirts as well. Because plaid is trad.
I'm wearing plaid today.
Plaid is trad. It's the way. I mean, I bought 2 bows because you gave them like glowing reviews. So. A Hoyt Game Master 2 and my prized Win Black Wolf. It's like you gave them great reviews back in the day, and I was just there like, if he says they're good, I'm sold.
Wow, that's pretty.
That's what got me like into this sort of like era of traditional archery coming into it. Because, God, I mean, before I started competition with English Longbow, I was purely just shooting for fun and interest, and
that's the point though, right?
Yeah, no, 100% the point. But again, I was sort of just trying to train my accuracy in weird ways. So one thing I used to do was single arrow training at the start of my sessions.
It's good technique.
Yeah, I'd shoot 1 arrow at a miniature playing card, and every week I try and do that. So if I miss, that card goes back in the deck. Yeah. And then next week I try again on that card.
I'll try and complete the deck.
Yeah, try and complete the deck. And I'm now, finished them after like 2 years or something. And I've got them all like framed in my living room. But they were, because I did like a normal size playing card, and that was easy at like 18 meters. So I then was like, okay, what if I step this up to smaller card? And, it was good content back then, but...
Yeah, I remember the cards thing.
Yeah, it was... traditional archers and weird targets, it's like shooting these bad boys. Coffee cup training. Yeah, I remember that video, and I remember doing that, taking coffee cups from work, but...
Yeah. Well, I got in trouble them up. At my archery club. I'm like, you can't be shooting all the coffee cups, until I pointed out that the coffee cups actually worked out to be cheaper than the target.
Yeah. It was really good though. It's like, again, just like single arrow training was so helpful when I was starting out, because
you got to make it count.
You got to make it count, and then I don't want to be walking up and down all day. I'd rather shoot 6 arrows and then do a little walk up and down. But if I'm doing 1 arrow, it's a sucky shot. I go back, I grab it out, walk
You can't
away.
hide. It's just there.
Yeah, it's just there. And then I've then got to be like, okay, now I need to slow down, really think about what I'm doing, because if I'm walking down there, I want to be pulling a good arrow.
Yeah.
You know, I don't want to be just like, oh, it's up there, you know. Don't want to just like shoot it off real quick and yeah, do a load more walking, you know. No way.
But no, that's, yeah, single arrow shooting is a really good technique.
Yeah.
Training is a good technique. It's just, but you kind of come up with these things that help you in your archery that's relative to you and help you achieve what you want to do. And he goes back to archers, traditional archers. You always get it with traditional archers shooting weird stuff.
Yeah, just weird things. Always.
I used to love shooting a little ping pong ball on a.
Okay, that's pretty cool.
Not necessarily give it a big swing, but just so there was movement. There, just so there was always a little bit of something.
I had like a Halloween plastic skull.
Yeah,
that was awesome to shoot.
Good one.
Ruined my arrows, but again, it was just fun and interesting. Just mix things up.
Well, I tried it recently, and I'm not that archer anymore. But I used to be quite good, and I'd get
still good. I saw you today.
And I'd open up the can, and I'd leave the ring up.
Oh wow! Okay,
that's
like a Byron Ferguson sort of like
arrow through the ring.
Yeah.
And, what was the other one? Me and my buddy JT used to do. You know the road spikes that got like a little.
Oh yeah, they got like the little hook in it. Yeah,
we'd stick them and try and. But
that's a dangerous game.
Get it wrong, your arrow's dead.
Yeah. Oh wow.
That's
that'd be cool. Steel targets.
Yeah,
I've seen that for like compound.
Tournaments. Stealth. Well,
yeah.
Again, making this podcast all about me again. When I think it was back in 2015 when we went to the Black Forest. For one of the gatherings, it was at an archery hotel, and there was an archery range, and there was a 50-meter bear.
Yeah.
By that point, I had a couple of big German beers in me.
Okay.
And someone was like, "Oh, let's get the bows out." So we did, and there was a bear, and so "Oh, Jim, you shoot the bear," and I did. I shot the bear, and I went and got my arrow. I only shot an arrow at it. When I got it, the bear was like in steel. It was a steel silhouette.
Okay.
And it was only the kill zone. Weirdly, his testicles that were foam. But because I'd done it once, I was like, "Yeah, I'm fine. I'm Grizzly Jim," and I did it again, and I destroyed about 7 arrows. So I had to borrow arrows for the next day.
Oh God!
Because I screwed all my arrows up.
Oh my God! Yeah, that's crazy. One of my favorite of the gathering videos was that, I think it was the one in 2018 where you're doing that sort of like elimination shoot with like the chili juice.
Oh my!
Because there's an archer in that, Kev, Robin Hood Archery.
Yeah, Kev Arrowsmith.
Is that his name?
It was. I think he changed his name, but yeah, he's a good guy. Yeah.
Yeah, because he was shooting English longbow in that video, and when I was starting with English longbow, I found that, and I was examining how he was shooting, because he was keeping up with you, and I was like, okay, if he's hanging out with Jim and
he was a good shot,
shooting well, I can use that as a blueprint.
Yeah, he could hold his own.
Yeah,
but that's it was that was in Austria? I think that was one of the ones in Austria. But that was fun, so much fun. Just I can't even remember. Like
so many.
I was just drinking and archery. I mean, what could go wrong?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Strongbow, please sponsor me. I shoot an English longbow. That'd be awesome.
We're trying to get Ollie Hicks a soaring sponsorship. We'll try.
Okay. We'll try and get me a Strongbow one. That'd be sweet.
Put the pressure on. But But have you ever done anything like you went on a pilgrimage, didn't you? You went to Agincourt.
I went to Agincourt.
Tell us about Agincourt, because it's.
So when I first started getting into English longbow, so I was plateauing with my trad bow. Hate to say it, but I was getting fed up with the amount of people commenting on my stuff saying, carbon fiber bow, what's traditional about that?
Is this the Black Wolf?
Yeah, the Black Wolf is 100% carbon riser, and I was, shooting heavy euchres on it. So it's
Trad's a state of mind, man.
well, again, it's like because you and your the Striker RK1,
RK1,
you were. I was just like, it's traditional with Jim, it's traditional with me.
Yeah.
And I just got sick of people just being like, that's not traditional enough, you know. But to me, it's like I'm shooting off the shelf, feathers, finger against the knock. I'm shooting instinctively. That's it, you know. Single string, good enough for me. But then I thought, okay, well, I want to go for my master classification with AGB because I think it'd be quite good to say I'm a master, you know. And I was thinking, what style should I go with? And I was going to do bare bow, but then shoot with a trad bow. But then I thought, I'll teach these guys a lesson.
Yeah.
Saying I'm not trad. I'm going to shoot the ultimate trad bow, English longbow. So yeah, I started making wooden arrows, got a pretty cheap, sluggish warp bow, essentially, to practice on and started trying to hone in my accuracy. Had to switch from 300 to split, and that was a learning process in itself because now my point of references are different.
Yeah.
Shooting an English longbow that, it wasn't as smooth or as, vibrationless as my Black Wolf. It was a bit of a steep learning curve, but as I was getting into it more,
two very different animals, really.
I mean, both traditional, but it's very unforgiving. I think it's regarded as one of the harder bow styles to learn because you can't hold it at full draw, super long. It's even the best made English longbows are like 70% efficiency.
Yeah.
They got really weird cast. And then you get three flavors. You get ground markers, ring sights, and windometers. Shoot at long range targets. You got gap instinctive gap shooting for field and 3D. And then you got warbow, which is roving and flight shooting essentially. And yeah, I was getting into it, and with English longbow, unfortunately, there's not a lot of content out there. A lot of the stuff out there is primarily about the history and warbow, which if you're trying to shoot a target weight bow accurately, a lot of that stuff doesn't really transfer over to achieving high scores to be competitive. And you'll know him, but Alex Nunes, he had YouTube channel, How to Longbow, and he had like 6 videos on it, just sort of doing the most basic check-ins, and looking up to him. To me, he's one of the greatest of all time in this country. He's Grandmaster Bowman in Target. He competed internationally in Field and 3D.
I shot with him at the 3Ds.
Yeah. Well, he was one of your string ambassadors.
Yeah.
So it's I knew you two were in the same circle. So again, it's good enough for Grizzly Jim.
But he rocks up to the World 3Ds.
Yeah.
In the longbow category, which
with
is
an English longbow.
Modern.
Flat bow, American flat bow.
Flat bow with the shelf cut in it. You can have, I think you could have carbon in it or something. You could do like a modern bow. But he just rocks up with his English longbow, and he's like, I'm next. It's going to be me. He didn't come last, so
So it's like looking up to him, but again, his stuff was quite. I mean, it was the only target longbow stuff out there at the time. And
that's niche within niche.
It's super niche. Yeah. It's so niche, and especially when you got like sexy warbow out there with like people like Todd's Workshop who are doing cool armor versus arrow. Sort of like myth busting, and it's like you're seeing like big heavy bows shoot big heavy arrows.
That's only kind of one part of it.
It's like the history's awesome, and we'll get to that. But if you're going more into the sporty side and the competitive side. Even hunting side, with like hunting in 3D, that stuff is very underrepresented, and maybe I could fill that gap. But again, I sort of want to achieve, some good stuff first, because otherwise I need that for me. It's like I'll help anyone, and I'll give my best advice I can regarding that kind of stuff.
I saw that firsthand today.
But I just want to have some sort of like backing to sort of just like, Otherwise, it is a bit impostery syndrome because I'm just dude on Instagram.
I feel it all the time.
Yeah.
I'm like, I've never felt so much imposter syndrome as I do, like these days. But yeah, I've been in the game a long time. I should know my stuff, but but you question yourself.
Dunning-Kruger.
And it's it's great seeing you kind of pick, like, this is what I'm going to do. This is what I'm going to
try hard, innit?
And I think you're doing it. You're carving out your own niche.
Yeah.
Like I say, there's not many people that are creating content about being accurate with an English longbow.
Well, that's the thing.
And you are accurate. I've seen
Thank
firsthand.
you.
It's impressive.
I just hate the notion of whenever I turn up to a shoot, in Target, whatever, it's just people saying hitting the target is enough for longbow because it's capable of so much more. And I think one way of breaking that stereotype is just putting in big scores. So that's why I'm training so hard to be able to do that consistently and effectively and shine a better light on it, because I hate the myth that it's just like an artillery weapon.
Yeah. It was a hunting weapon.
Well, that's the thing.
And you have to be accurate when hunting.
Because all I had was Alex Noon's YouTube channel and Instagram to sort of like cross-reference. And, he did a few articles for AGB as well. So I took that information and then I started going down the history kind of stuff. So I was looking at a lot of medieval artworks, which is a bit of a weird subject as well. Because manuscripts, they have like knights fighting snails. That didn't happen. Yeah. So why would the archery be accurate?
How do you know? Was you there? You don't know.
Yeah, well, yeah. I mean, I wasn't there either. So
I got my ass kicked by a snail on the way to work today.
But Gaston Fabus, there's lots of artworks. If you look at the artwork of war, it's all back here.
Yeah.
But if you look at the hunting artwork, it's all here.
Yeah.
And when I shoot warbow, I've got about a group the size of a paddling pool, and then when I shoot here, I've got the group the size of a baseball. Yeah. So it does shrink it in for hunting distances, and with I pull 60 pounds, so it is hunting weight equivalent.
Yeah.
Sort of, it's not a number to shy away from kind of thing. It is heavy, especially for target shooting.
Yeah, kick my ass.
You got 2 shots out of it. You were enjoying it.
Yeah. Yeah, you didn't see the tears, but I got it back.
Yeah, I let you touch my black beauty. Oh my God. I've never let anyone do that, actually. No one else has shot it. No, I've let someone else hold it. I've let someone hold it, and they were just like, they got back a little bit, and they're like, "Ee!" So you are the second person to put arrows through it.
Wow.
But yeah, as I was going through...
Dear diary, today...
bucket list, tick, But yeah, I was looking through old artworks, I was reading there's only like 2 manuscripts from like that time that sort of reference European archery, and there's Art de l'Archerie, which is a 1515 French manuscript. Yeah. And then there is Toxophilus, which is...
That's the big one. That's
the big one. That's Roger Ascham, sort of writing a weird sort of play almost, and there's information hidden in it, and you've got to take from that with a grain of salt because it's a bit weird reading. But I was using that kind of stuff as a basis, and I got into the history. I have a very old surname from... it's the furthest back it goes is 1086 Doomsday
You mean it's not Trad Sniper? It's not just
my name is not Trad Sniper. That is not my heraldry. But my family roots can be traced to the same area where I'm from.
Oh, wow.
It's all 10th century. There's a 10th century church there. There's a copse, and my surname alludes to my forestry background.
Okay. Well, we're not going to dox you.
We're not going to dox me. But it's written in the Doomsday Book, which was like a book written by the Normans too, basically, who lives in these areas. And seeing that, I was like, I wonder if my ancestors had anything to do with archery, because their name is woodland based, and historically foresters did shoot. And Dr. Anne Curry from the Southampton University, she's been documenting all the soldiers from Agincourt.
Yeah.
And because they had like the muster rolls, they knew exactly who was serving, what their job was, because they needed to pay them.
Yeah.
And
follow the money.
follow the money. Follow the money. And my ancestor was recorded as a yeoman of the crown. Wow. And I was like, okay, don't know what that means. So I then started doing research into that. And it said that there's no evidence to like say he wasn't at the battle. And then after doing research, the yeomen of the crown were sort of the elite archers in the king's retinue, like as his bodyguard. Yeah. So I was a bit like, okay, I've got some ancestry in this now. So that got me blood. Exactly. So it's got me having all these thoughts about it and getting more into the history. There's another old school YouTuber, Kevin Hicks.
Yeah.
So he had a video ages ago where he was basically just talking about, English longbow in the 100 Years' War. And one of the things he was showing off was a gift from Mark Stretton, who, until Joe Gibbs started getting into the big numbers, Mark Stretton's got the Guinness World Record for 200 pounds at 32 inches with an English warbow. Yeah. And Mark Stretton had got him an ampulla, which is like a little pewter bag that your pilgrims would essentially put oil into from where they would go to. So if they went to like Canterbury during their holidays, because yeomen and peasants got to have holiday, more holiday than us now.
Yeah.
And they would go to religious sites to go see, relics, and they would get a cool little pin from each site. But these little ampules, Mark Stretton got one and filled it with the soil from Agincourt, and I thought, that is awesome, and I want one too.
You want one too?
So for my birthday a couple of years ago, my partner, she took me to Agincourt.
Wow.
And the French don't check if you got longbows in the back. And the Gévaudan don't come and look at you if you're shooting in the field.
Are you invading? No?
Sieging? So yeah, went to Agincourt, shot there. That was awesome. Beautiful place. I love France. People running the Agincourt Museum let me walk around with my longbow. Yeah. So there's a picture of me next to there. Yeah. They got like a big horse with a knight on it, all armoured, and I'm just there with like my longbow.
The Black Beauty?
Not that one. It was my old warbow. So yeah, but it was just such an experience, and I've given a few of them out to, because I got a big Tupperware box full of the dirt, and it's sort of just like a nice little gift. And I've got two friends from the States who are Anglophiles and love English longbow.
Yeah.
So when they've come over for Tewkesbury, and my friend Brian, AE Arrows, he makes historically accurate war arrows in the States. He came over and we went to the Mary Rose Museum together, and I gave him a few gifts, and that was one of them. And I just thought it was a nice gift to give someone who probably isn't going to be able to take a longbow to Agincourt as easy as I can, being a little English guy with a tunnel.
Here's some dirt.
So, here's dirt. Well, if you have me back, you'll get dirt of your own. Yeah. So I want to go to Cressy as well, and I want to go to all the other sites and do the same thing. Again, Kev from Robin Hood Archery, he did Cressy as well.
Yeah, he had the flat cap on.
He had this flat cap and a tie, not my style. Black hoodie, I could do that. But there's a picture of him in the Cressy Museum. I was like, okay, so they let him in. Yeah. Maybe they'll let me into the Agincourt. So, yeah, Cressy is coming. Yeah. I think this year it's the anniversary of Cressy. Can't remember which number. Math bad.
A big one.
A big one. A big number. But I think some of the other old school war bowmen like Nick Birmingham, I think they're going to go do a shoot out there. Yeah. As sort of like a, a big event.
They do one in Agincourt, don't they? There's a shoot.
I know Nick Birmingham, again, him and his company, I think they're called the Free Company of Aquitaine. I think they go out there and they do shoots and they do living history for media. Yeah. I got to meet him at a Ren fair a few years ago, and that was cool. Ren fairs are awesome for archery.
I've been to, which it was quite a few years ago now, but I went to one. It was amazing.
Yeah.
I'm a kid. I love swords. I love
Jousting's cool.
I love guns. Just give me toys that can kill people. And
the masculine urge to collect weapons.
Yeah.
You know. Yeah, I like. I go to the Loxwood Joust, which is in West Sussex, where I'm originally from, and they do a really nice event, Loxwood Joust, and they got archery there.
Yeah.
And they do like a little competition. And the first year we went, not too much my own horn, but they give you an English longbow, and I won, and me and my partner, we got to sit in the king's box and watch the joust. Sit with the actors and everything, and that was awesome.
They're like, have you done archery before? No, I'm never tried it.
And then...
You ever been to Warwick Castle?
No, but they do the Festival of Archery, and that would be... I want to take part in that. Somehow, I'll take part in that 1 year, but I think that'd be...
Although the prize, I think,
really
was
cool.
a free ticket or something to come back.
I'll do that. I like... Yeah, I've not been there yet, and I know Kevin Hicks worked out there as, the English longbowman for years. But, I guess, growing up, we never came this far up north.
It's a weird...
It's like down south, we got, Arundel Castle in Sussex, and that's awesome, and... That was, great looking at arrowheads and archery growing up.
The Warwick Castle is a good day out. Took the kids not too long back actually over the sort of arse end of the summer.
Yeah,
and it was. But they the War of the Roses thing with the jousting and they have the trebuchet.
Yeah, the war wolf.
I've actually shot the trebuchet.
No way.
So,
what?
Years back, they used to just randomly go up to people and say, "Hey, do you want to shoot a trebuchet?"
Yeah.
Like, yeah. So me and my wife did it, and we got in the hamster wheel.
Oh, wow. Okay. So you're crawling around in there.
You're not allowed to audience.
Well, the neighbouring village was probably upset with the boulders flying.
What's the Roman men in tights? Every time they make they burn our village down.
Oh, my God.
Yeah.
Archery films,
yeah.
What's your pick? What are you saying?
My big archery film.
Deliverance. What am I saying? I know this. I know this.
And it's got to be up there. I'm trying to think what other good.
Have you ever seen War of Arrows?
I have.
It is Korean.
I
believe it's Korean.
I think that was one of the things I did in one of the Insider videos. I'm sure we did War of Arrows. Not all of them got used.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
I'm sure we did that one.
Okay.
That was okay.
That was sweet. I don't speak Korean, but subtitles. Thank God.
I'm awful at reading, so.
You saying what? Misreading.
So I'm painfully dyslexic, so it takes me a while to kind of catch up. But visually that's very good. I can tell you what it's on about. But I get excited whenever I see
archery film because is this going to be like Hunger Games? Is this going to be like Brave? Is it going to get a big spike?
Representation. That's really good.
But one of the animators was an archer, so they knew how the arrow, I'm not going to say the word, how the arrow bends around the bow, because that's not paradox.
That's not.
That is not paradox. Dunning-Kruger, if you think Archer's paradox is arrow bending, you need to go back to school. That is, I'm fed up with that. I'm not a physicist. I'm Archer. I am.
The Archer's paradox is, in fact, the arrow's pointing that way, but it hits.
Bring me my longbow. I will show the camera.
Yeah.
This. How do I? If I can't see you and my arrow here, how am I going to hit you?
Yeah, that's the paradox.
That way.
Not the fact that it's bending.
Yeah, that is called spine. Yeah. Man, we're getting so nerdy on this now.
Yeah. Well, that's I kind of wanted it to.
Yeah, that's good though. It's like...
But my friend, I've got a friend who, he was one of the producers on Red Sonja. The remake of Red Sonja. Not the original, but the remake. And
he just used a bow in that.
Well, he said, look, I really want to apologise. Don't judge the archery. And he said
Hollywood's something else.
Yeah, he was like, I really should have got you in. I was like, you wanted me to consult on a Hollywood movie? I'd have done that. That's fine. But
consultation.
But it was like the archery's not quite there. But
but it's. I mean, trying to make it look cool, and then
you've got to make it look good and looking good and being accurate
Correct.
are two very different
things. Is if you're paying an actor big bucks to show the moneymaker, and they got one of these, guess what you're hiding?
Yeah.
The moneymaker.
Well, like a good example is Ella Gibson.
Yeah.
I love Ella Gibson to bits, and she's a fantastic archer. But like it's difficult to get footage of her shooting and looking really good because it squashes your face up. Like your whole face changes.
Oh,
and it's difficult to get someone to look good shooting a bow. Obviously, we look good shooting bows. Obviously, but yeah, like even when I've been on photo shoots and stuff, I'm not necessarily shooting in the way that I would shoot in reality because it. Splashed up.
Same with Olympics. It's like whenever Olympics roll around, people are like, they're shooting, points the nose up, points the chin up, it smushes around. And then everyone outside of archery who's like, they'll be like, Lee likes archery. I'm going to watch a little bit of Olympics because that's what he's into. So let's see what archery's about. And they'll see, some weird forms, some scrunched up faces. They don't do a great job of showing how far 70 meters is.
It looks close.
It looks like 20 meters, and how it's like blown up.
Archery's easy, I could do that.
Archery is like the number one sport people assume they could do in the Olympics. And I'm a huge proponent for getting like an average person from the crowd and get them to do whatever sport first to show what the average person can do.
That should be the prelude to any Olympic event. Some random.
I want to see some dude from the crowd running, and then I want to see Olympic runner just lap him, so I can then get a gauge of how hard this is. But it's like that with like any sport. It's like
archery on the TV. It does look easy.
Yeah.
Even I think darts looks easy as well.
Yeah.
But I know how difficult that is.
Yeah. I'm not too bad on a bullseye.
Yeah.
But treble 20, nowhere near. I can't hit that 20.
Middle.
Yeah.
It goes against everything.
Yeah. So I got to go up.
I love it when I do see archery in a film. It does make me happy. And I remember one of my early videos, I made a video about the Hunger Games.
Yeah.
And how, again, I was new to kind of making content. And I was like, the point of the video was like, they got, what's her name? Jennifer Lawrence.
Yeah.
And they got an archer in to teach her how to shoot. And it was Katuna Lorick, which is a
Olympic.
Brilliant female Olympic archer, incredible athlete. But that's not the type of archery that would be
used in a hunting situation with that sort of equipment.
So
I'm actually shooting 70 meters.
I made a little bit of video on that. And I guess I was kind of naive and new to the whole kind of content creation thing.
Yeah.
I got some comments on that one. Like, gee, you mention anything about somebody's fan base and you're dead.
Yeah, you're done. You're done.
I got threats.
Yeah. Well, that's just sort of like the nasty bit of just sort of like content creation.
Yeah.
You're gonna get haters. Just gonna move past them. But it is just. I've got a soft spot for like Lord of the Rings. Lord of the Rings is awesome.
Lord of the Rings, I love Lord of the Rings.
Yeah.
I showed you my door.
Yeah.
If you're ever in the shop, there's a very nerdy reference to
Check it
Lord of
out.
the Rings on my studio. Don't just let yourself in. Knock first. But I love Lord of the Rings. It's one of the things like at least once a year I'll sit down and I'll watch
Just binge it.
all 3 of the extended cuts.
What do you think of Hobbit?
It's all right. It's not as good.
Not as good, went on too long. However, visually the first one is beautiful.
Yeah,
and I really
they
like
look
that.
great.
Yeah,
they look great. And I think what's his name? Who does Bilbo?
Mark Freeman. Yeah.
What casting?
Yeah, he's awesome.
Brilliant
He's
casting.
awesome.
I mean, that's
Wild the Bowman's cool. He's cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like him.
Yeah.
Lee Evans, maybe.
the
actor who plays him.
no.
He's Welsh.
There's a comedian called Lee Evans.
Oh, I'm thinking maybe I'm getting it wrong.
Yeah.
Edit in the right name.
Yeah, we'll put
with
it-
like a Google voice.
Put a thing down here. But yeah,
Luke Evans?
Luke could be. Luke
be.
Evans.
I believe he's Welsh. He played Gaston in live action.
Okay. I'll get my
Beauty and
team
the
on
Beast.
that. Yeah, it's just me. It's Lewis. Lewis, Google.
Lewis, pull that up.
Put it on the screen now, Lewis. I always like drop off towards the end of the third film. I've only ever seen the third film once. I've seen the other two multiple times, but I've only ever, I don't know, it just doesn't hold my attention as much as Lord of the Rings.
Yeah, no, I mean, I agree. Lord of the Rings is just like faultless, and it still holds up.
Yeah.
Still holds up.
It's still great.
I love Lurtz. Urukai. I mean, judging by my bow and my arrows, that's surely not a shock. But
is that why you've got a black bow? Is this
Dark Souls?
Dark Souls.
Yeah, I mean, I started wearing all black for competition because I silent protest against club colours.
Well, back in the day,
green and white.
And it had
You
to
will
be
not
the
catch
right
me
green.
dead. You will not.
It had to be the right. I got in trouble once because it was the
green.
wrong green.
Yeah. I'm just not about that. I'm very unapologetically individual, and as a carpenter for a living, I'm very particular about my quality of wood and different wood grain, different colours, and with having a multi-laminate. Again, there's a lot of misinformation online saying that they're purely decorative. They are all about efficiency, because if you have more laminations, that means you can be more selective with the quality of the wood.
Yeah.
You can get a thinner lamination. So if you're using a particularly dense hardwood like Ipe, which is ironwood, which sinks. It's a wood that has like no buoyancy. So then you can get really thin layers of a really solid wood, and then also layer it up with like things like bamboo, which is technically a grass, but
What do you think about bamboo and longbows?
Because I'm purely about performance. I like it.
Yeah.
I think
I like it. It means you can build a thinner bow.
you can make a thinner bow, and it's got a little whip on it. It's very strong. It's essentially nature's carbon fiber. You can easily get like 20 meters of difference of a cast out of just having a bamboo compared to something like a hickory backed bow. But when you're going for like the longer distances, having a bamboo, it's like I'm not a purist. I like performance.
I've always said it's speed. There's a lot of people that speed is their only consideration in a bow, but speed is nothing if you can't shoot it properly.
Yeah, it can be more of a hindrance. It's like my bow's not particularly fast, I don't think. I mean, for an English longbow, tournament bow, maybe it is a bit whippier just because it's got extra poundage behind it.
Well, I was only shooting a fairly light path, I think about 30-pound bow with some very light carbon arrows. And speed-wise, there wasn't a lot in it when we was having a shoot.
Well, that's the thing. It's like my partner, she shoots 30-pound euchres, and those are way quicker.
Yeah.
Those are way quicker than my 60-pound English longbow.
They frighten me, those limbs. I love them.
Yeah, they are good. I shot them for years. They were just my favourite type of limb.
Oh, is that what you had in the black?
Yeah, that's what I had on my Black Wolf, because it was a riser with a lot of deflex on it. So then having some aggressively curved limbs made for a really punchy bow that, with recurve, having like a pistol grip, my draw was closer to 31 inches.
Yeah.
So drawing quite a long way, not turning the limbs inside out at that full draw, but they would send an arrow 70 meters like nothing. Like they were deadly quick. But
I'm not a huge fan of the kind of the super recurve.
Yeah.
Because I find it messes up my shot cycle a little bit, because you get that weird, it feels like a let-off.
It feels like that. It's not actual let-off, but it feels like it.
It's a weird plateau, and that...
Do you like having a wall at the back?
Not necessarily. But I like to be able to... just something about the draw force curve of it.
Yeah.
Just...
Didn't sit right.
Switches my brain into a different gear for a second.
Yeah.
I find it difficult to find the shot again.
Okay.
It's very weird. I've always struggled with that, because it's that weird draw force curve. And I've tested the super recurves. I've shot some broader ones. I've shot some of the Uka super recurves.
Yeah.
And performance-wise, incredible.
Yeah.
But I've never... because I've got an ILF bow coming somewhat to have a play with.
Okay.
And I'm thinking if that goes the way I think it's going to go, I might go for some Ukas
Yeah, do it. No, they are good. They are. I love them.
I can't say too much.
Okay.
Yeah, it's a
okay.
big secret.
Okay. Yeah, secret. Cut that. Yeah. I don't know how we even got here. I can't remember what point we spurred off.
But this is what I wanted. This meandering conversation about.
Dear listener, if you were waiting for a epic end to that first point, you're not getting it because I can't remember.
I'll phone you up you got to come back. Remember what we were
Send
talking
me a
about.
message. I'll get back to you.
But yeah, I mean, this is what I wanted from the podcast. I didn't want a stiff kind of. So, tell me about this.
Yeah, I mean, I love technical chat, and I can get pretty nerdy, but yeah, no, I think we got a good vibe going on.
Yeah,
leave a comment. Is the vibe good?
Chat.
Chat, is this good?
But you nearly got very nerdy a minute ago. You talked about Dark Souls.
Okay, we're going back to video games.
And I'll be honest with you.
Black
love Souls.
Black Bow.
Oh, Black Bow. Yeah, that was it. Because it's in Dark Souls.
In the video game Dark Souls, there is an area called Darkroot Gardens.
Yep.
And if you progress to the boss of that area, there's a covenant called the Forest Hunters.
Yep.
And one of them is sort of like an homage to
Basin. Is it Darkroot Basin?
Darkroot Basin leads to the Hydra. If you don't play video games, this means nothing to you.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, you've got to buy like the seal of Artorias from the blacksmith.
Yep.
And then it opens those like big double doors, and then you've basically got to fight your way through to get to that boss. But one of them is sort of like an homage to Robin Hood, and they've got like a bicocket long hat, and they're using a black English longbow.
Yeah.
And the character's called Faris, which is an homage to Paris from Troy, Helen of Troy.
So he well researched those games.
Yeah, I mean, if we're going to get super into it, Faris is based off of a character from an anime called Berserk, and he's based off Irvine, which is an archer who uses a black bow with a bicocket hat. And if you kill them, you get their bow, and the description of it basically says it's a bow for sniping really long distance targets. It's got the highest dexterity requirement in the game. I think it's like S scaling with dexterity. Nice. But you hold it canted, whereas all the other bows are vertical. So
on the thumb side as well. I noticed, or is that Demon Souls?
Maybe Demon Souls, because that was more Japanese inspired with
still Western style.
Yeah, but it's like their point of reference. Like, but it's like with the Faris bow, you hold it like canted, and in the lore of it, it says like Faris was a good as archer as Hawkeye Goff, which was one of the Four Knights of Gwyn. He was the archer captain. Shoots down Calamite with his like Goff's great bow. In the DLC. But I just really liked that sort of like aesthetic, and that bow, the Black Bow of Faris, appears in every subsequent game. It's called like Black Bow of the Hunt in Dark Souls 2.
Like the like greatsword.
It's in every single one of them. It's not in Demon Souls, but it goes all the way to Elden Ring, because they got the Black Bow in that, and that's more English styled, because it's got like cool horn knocks on it at either end, which is, it's up my alley, and I thought like that's a bit of a cool look. So and it's different, not going to get misjudged for anyone. It hides wood grain, which would annoy me if it didn't look pretty. And it has just sort of become bigger than me. When I've been at competition, people want to see the bow. They don't want to see me. They want to see the bow and see the arrows, because it doesn't help with the allegations. A lot of people think like it's fiberglass. But then when you really look at it, you can see the wood grain, bamboo in it.
You see the kind of knuckles of the bamboo.
Yeah. You see the nodes in it.
But it's just like that's your thing.
It's become, and I've lent into it. I've now got like the black quiver and the black pouches, and it is. I like it. It's a bit gothy, and it's. Yeah, I mean, if I'm playing like a fantasy medieval game, I'm going to wear like all black. So I like sneaky archer builds.
Yeah.
What build do you do in Dark Souls?
In Dark Souls, well, I've only ever done.
What's your favourite weapon and build?
Favourite weapon and build?
And then we'll do bosses. Favourite bosses.
I'd always go for a quality build. So leveling up dex and strength.
And strength equally.
But the last time I played, which was a while ago, I went, and I've never really done it before, but I went down a little bit of magic.
Don't say magic. No.
I tried it.
No.
I tried it. I was getting my ass kicked.
Sorcery.
So I thought I'd try a little bit of
Crystal Soul Spear.
Yeah.
Bang!
I'm going to spam you from all the way over here. I'm fine.
Yeah.
The only Souls game I've ever done a full archery build, I think, was Dark Souls 2.
You can get away with it though. It's always been unforgiving in those sorts of games because the whole challenge of the game is to get your ass handed to you
and get in there.
Get in there, get stuck in. Whereas if you're, kiting enemies out from the pack, if you've got like a group of 5 knights at the end of a bridge, and you go in there with a sword and start whacking away, you're going to get ruined.
Yeah.
You're going to get absolutely folded in half, and you're going to be, slam the controller around and going crazy in usual Dark Souls fashion. But then, because they added, bows, arrows, crossbows, magic.
Yeah.
Well, magic's its own thing.
Yeah.
But with the bows, because it's such like a universal thing for a strength or dex build, you could easily just like kite them over, bring them one by one to you, just get them into a funnel, and then you can, do them one-on-one, and it's not so hard. Cool. So they made it really hard to do like an archery build up until, I want to say Elden Ring. Elden Ring, they really came through and made a forgiving bow build. You could get away in Demon Souls with an, just pure archery build. And a lot of the gimmicky bosses you could do it with. Like, did you ever do like the gargoyle clip where it's like you could equip a bow and then go through the fog gate a little bit and then start sniping the bosses through the gates?
No, you.
Oh, you could do that.
Cheap bastard.
I'm evening the playing field.
Yeah, you need to. It's a Souls
it could
game,
be done. It could be done. But there's a reason, streamers do like bow only and, challenge runs, no hit run.
I've seen the guys play it with the guitar.
I've seen someone play it on a banana. I've seen someone like put electrodes on a banana and they're like doing that. And they're dodging and doing like no hit runs.
I think I've finished every Dark Souls game apart from 2.
Yeah.
I've never finished Dark Souls 2.
Okay.
I haven't done Bloodborne.
Bloodborne is its own thing, and there is a bow in it.
I couldn't do Sekiro.
Sekiro's like...
I bounced off that one a bit. But
I mean, my friends were the same. I really enjoyed it, but being like a pure dex kind of like building those games, I could parry quite well. Buckler shield and God, I loved the Boulder Side sword. That was a really good sword back in Dark Souls 1. But I was really good at parrying in those games. So having a whole game around, it's basically a rhythm game.
Yeah.
And for a lot of Dark Souls players, they don't do that.
No.
So it's a bit hard just running around, feudal Japan with a katana just whacking, and then you gotta like deflect every attack to actually like whittle down the bosses because they don't have health bars. They have the posture meter.
Yeah.
And then they have like life points. So like a really big boss will have like 4 life points. So you got to break that bar 5 times in a row to like kill them. And that's its own skill set, really.
It's one of those things I keep meaning to go back to. I've still got it. But I always end up being an archer in a video.
Yeah, it's the way.
I'm like, right, I'm going to do
Sneaky archer.
Skyrim. I'm going to start with a great sword. Oh, I've picked up a bow. I'll just use it a couple of times. Oh, shit.
I'll just take these few guys out from distance in this cave.
Every single playthrough.
Sneaky archer.
End up as a sneaky archer.
Yeah, it's just like the way. Again, there's black bows in that. There's a black bow of fate, which is like a dwarven bow. They got the ebony bow. I even made an arrow set that looked like the ebony arrows from the game, and those arrows sucked. So they're not shot now, but they look cool.
They're cool. 80% of archery.
It's looking good. It is 100% looking good.
You do it well. You do it well.
Thank you. I mean, as an apostate from, I've hung up my plaid shirts now, but donned the black hoodie.
You've transcended.
Yeah.
You've gone through
This is the
tutorial, the plaid tutorial.
Jim, it's coming. The goth phase is coming at the ripe old age of 40.
and a bit. Although, there's a lovely archer from America who did a really nice post about me not so long back. And it was just out of the blue, this really nice post just about there's this guy. I just want to give a shout out to Grizzly Jim. He's doing all this stuff. He's been doing it for years, blah blah blah. And if you can believe it, he's been doing it for 50 years. I was like, and she'd obviously got Merlin's 50th anniversary and me kind of
and seeing you with your salt pepper beard and just thought, that's good looking 50.
Yeah,
this guy's awesome. I have experienced something similar. I used to post a lot on Reddit, and if anyone had English longbow questions on that, I would chime in, give my 2 cents. And one guy messaged me, and he was like, "Thanks for all your help with arrow spine, whatever. Having a good time now. Arrows are flying well." But then he'd be like, "I found your account on Instagram, and you're a young dude." And I was like, "Yeah, and?" And he was like, "I thought you were like 60 with how you're speaking and how I write."
Yeah.
And it's like, I throw emojis everywhere. But so I was like, I'm still young, but people just interpreted me as being like really old by how I spoke. I was just
I suppose if no one's got the visual reference.
Yeah, I'm 50 years old.
50 years old. But the fact that you thought I was 50 was quite sad.
Yeah. Oh God.
But my wife is actually older than me. And I like to remind her of this. She's only 2 weeks older than me. But
okay.
So I do like to remind her. But we went somewhere and she bought a bottle of wine and she got so happy because have you got any ID? No, and she's 44 as well. And like, no.
What?
No, I don't have any. She got all flattered. And then the guy on the counter was like, "Are you with him?" And she's like, "Yeah." She says, "Oh, you don't need it then." So, she's older than me.
That's unreal. Yeah, no, I mean, the moustache has aged me.
Yeah.
People think I'm older than I am.
Is this to steer into the archery thing?
I grew it for a Ren fair, and it stayed.
It suits you. Yeah, I think you can carry it off.
Yeah, I mean, it was like, I wanted that kind of cowboy tombstone.
Yeah, that's a lot of work.
For a while, it was long enough to curl, and I had mustache wax and everything. But when it started curling into my mouth when I was eating food, I lopped them off, and then I had the Ned Flanders kind of mustache.
Just straight.
And I was just like, oh no.
Proper
so it's coming back, but I have realised that on the little hooks, it's a lot thinner on this side. 'Cause I catch it, and when I first grew facial hair, I was like, has anyone got tips? Because this hurts,
Yeah.
But then it's like,
that's how I can tell when mine's got a bit too long.
Yeah, so you get little molds, little patches, little flinches.
But that can be detrimental because you're kind of anticipating the pain and then you start flinching.
I had that before when I got my first English longbow, I didn't have a guard because where I've got a funny elbow from a break years ago, my arm doesn't go straight anymore.
Okay.
So I've got this natural crook in it. And when you have quite a high brace height bow, don't need a bracer because it's coming nowhere near my arm where your forearm should be with a bone-on-bone alignment, which doesn't really matter because form is different for everyone. And then when I switched over to English longbow, I had the thinnest suede bracer that I think covered about 4 inches of my forearm.
I was put plaster on that.
And I was getting whipped right at the base of my wrist.
Catches you switching to a longbow.
Yeah. And I was flinching my shots because I knew this 80-pound string is coming at me with force, so I was just fearing the string until I got a heavier duty, thicker bracer that actually is custom to my wrist, so it really cups in and protects me, which is awesome. But yeah, little flinches like that are always.
It's why I can't shoot a tab.
Oh, really?
Because I anchor it quite high.
Yeah.
No matter what I do to it, whatever tab I use, if I did use a tab, I tend to favour the old Black Widow tabs.
Yeah.
But no matter how I trimmed them, no matter what I did, I'd always get this little flick just on the end of my nose.
Yeah.
And it's fine for a couple of shots, but the more you shoot, the slower it gets, the more you anticipate it, the more you start flinching.
And no way guys like us are wearing the bare bow plaster on the nose. We're not doing that. Where I've had to like change my form and adapt and overcome and whatever, it's just like there will always be something that just like catches me, and ripping out parts of my mustache, that's probably newest on the list.
Yeah.
You know, so it is just like a bit different. Maybe I should trim it up, but then I've just got to deal with the Flanders.
Yeah.
So it is a weighty trade-off. No. You know.
But you carry it well.
Thank you. I mean, I've missed out on like beard genetics like you, so probably Spaniard in me.
It took me ages. Well, it didn't take me ages to grow a beard. I always wanted.
Did you just hit an age and then it just like grew in?
Yeah,
because for me it was like turning 25.
Well, because where I used to work as a picture framer in a gallery. And my boss loved him to bits, but he had a real bee in his bonnet about facial hair and stubble. And he'd make me have a shave on a Saturday or something. Like
you got some sort of like drill sergeant like boss.
And he even bought me an electric razor once. Like, just there you go.
Salt in the wound.
But I hated being clean shaven. It was horrible.
Yeah.
And then I think I was ill for a couple of weeks. I can't remember what happened, but I'm sure I was ill for a couple of weeks. And I just grew a beard.
Yeah.
And I came in and I was like, oh, you've got a beard? And I was like, yep. And I just kept it. I was like, I'm a picture framer. I've got to have a beard. It's part like a beard and an apron. And I've had a beard ever since. I
know. It's like with my brothers, it's just like a running joke that the printer's running out of ink, because my brother's got a full beard like you. My second older brother's got like a patchy sort of beard. I've just got the Robin Hood. Yeah. And then my little brother just like grows nothing, and it's just like the printer's running out. Like the ink's going.
Where it counts, you know.
Yeah. It's I think it does just play, Robin Hood mustache plus 10 accuracy. There we go.
That's the hope. I'm thinking about getting rid of this bit and going for the full Captain Price.
Oh, okay.
I think I could carry that off. I might need to be a little bit older, maybe.
Maybe.
Next evolution.
Get a little boonie cap.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, do you still play Call of Duty?
No.
I can't do it. I'm at the ripe old age of 27. I'm too slow now.
I played Battlefield.
But that you can.
I like Battlefield. Got really into that for a while.
When the Battlefield 6 beta came out, because they added like weirdly enough, trans sniper like sniping in video games as well. If it's got guns, sniper rifle. But when they added that lens flare, so I can see, just like if I poke my head over a hill, I'm seeing just spotlights. Yeah, and it's like, and then I have no head. And that ruined like sniping for me in that game. Yeah. So, but I was too slow to run around with like an assault rifle. So I ended up just standing in corners with a shotgun. And when people would run in, I'd get like buck fever and just whiff a shot. They would turn around and spray me down. I just said to the boys, I was like, I'm not spending like 70 quid on this game, because I'm just going to be reminded of like, I'm coming home after a long day of work. I can't just endure that for hours, just getting, rinsed by like 15-year-olds.
You can't be employed nowadays to be good at these games, because you just die.
I think it hurts, because when I was like 15 playing like Modern Warfare 2, I was laughing at the dads and the workers coming home, and I'll be like, fresh meat.
It was you.
And I'd just be like, just laughing at them down Xbox Live. And now it's getting done to me, and I hate it, and I can't stand it. So now I'm more, single player and stuff.
Do you know what I'm playing at the moment? It's just chilling me out, is Red Dead Redemption 2.
Oh, but it's so pretty though. So you can just
I'm doing fishing
ride around.
at the moment.
Yeah, you can just go fish.
I'm just going fishing.
Yeah.
not doing much, just trotting around.
Get a cool bow and arrow in that as well.
You do
get a cool bow and arrow.
I recently took a snow leopard with.
Oh wow! Okay.
Said bow and arrow.
Perfect pelt.
Perfect.
Perfect pelt. That's what we like to hear.
But yeah, I'm enjoying that.
Yeah, I remember when that came out. I mean, it's got. I mean, again, from like nerdy archery guy perspective, it's like the details the devs have put in for like the immersion of the game. It's like, have you used like the blunt arrows for like small game?
Yeah,
they got the cartridge cases on the end of the arrows.
Yeah.
So it's it's like, if you're not into hunting, that's what they do in the States. They put spent cartridge shells over the shaft, and that's just blunt impact. There's so good.
A perfect. I can't remember what caliber it is. Fits perfectly over a. I can't remember the diameter there, but there's one combination that just fits.
The 11/32 bullet.
Yeah. I don't get to play as much. I don't get to do anything as much as I want to anymore, because I've got 3 kids, and it takes me a couple of hours to get home, have dinner, put the kids to bed,
be dad,
and it's like stories and whatnot. By the time I sit down, it's
time to go to bed and get to do it all over again.
So that's I don't get to do the games as much as I like to.
Yeah, but that's why it's good to have like a slow game that you can just cut. Like, you can just dip in and out of it. It's not like you put Call of Duty down for 5 minutes and you come back and you suck, and then it's like, okay, now I'm just in this vicious cycle of not playing because I'm getting beat, and then I get worse, and
Yeah, but I find sometimes like Call of Duty, and I had it with I get it with a lot of Dark Souls games as well.
Yeah,
Souls-like games. Is when I finish playing them, it's this immense relief that I don't have to play it anymore.
Yeah,
it's like, I'm finished. My work here is done.
Was there a boss that like gave that like a brick wall that you really had to like reevaluate your life and come back to and beat? Because mine's very embarrassing.
Melania.
Oh, in Elden Ring.
Yeah.
Oh, that's fine though. Everyone's trouble with like Melania.
She was like, she nearly made me quit several times.
Dark Souls 1, Moonlight Butterfly.
That's.
I couldn't do it, man.
That's like a tutorial boss.
No, I couldn't do it, man. That made me question life choices, because I was like...
But it's such a chill fight. It's like...
Yeah, I mean, once I became a man and I could revisit it with a better build, because I think I was going at it with like bandit knife, so I was just like chipping damage, like 1 damage per second. Like, I just sucked at it. I mean, I love doing archery in games when I'm not shooting, because it's sort of like, if weather sucks and I can't go outside because wooden equipment and rain does not mix, I can at least sort of like have my archery experience in a game. Yeah. So it's making me think about things. I'm getting to like, live my hero's fantasy. Yeah. I love Dark Souls because it's sort of like, you're this little guy and you're killing a god. Yeah. And if I'm using a bow and arrow in that game, it makes me feel cool. Yeah, that's right. So, because I'm like... I'm
doing good in the game.
So I'm doing it in real life, and that confidence does transfer. And, a lot of Dark Souls, I think Dark Souls has been really good with my archery, because being able to, for fun, play a game that is purely about struggling and overcoming, reevaluating how you're doing something to beat the boss of that area and progress. I think that's been really influential in how I attack competition. Yeah. Because when I first started competing, I was just like, I felt this big. I felt so small. It was so new. Yeah. I mean, I'm used to, mostly shooting on myself with my partner, and then just being in this big, loud environment. And then
I hope she's behaving herself out there, by the way.
Oh yeah, I mean she'll be fine. She'll be fine out there. She's got targets on her bow. Being able to transfer that and then see myself doing that in real life to what I experience in my internet video game joy time. Yeah, is kind of parallel, and I like that because it does make me feel cool, and that is part of archery, isn't it?
Is cool. Yeah. At the end of the day. Yeah. It's like you rock up anywhere and someone finds out, you do archery. Oh, yeah.
Oh, 100%. Yeah. Everyone.
You get that kind of like, yeah, I do actually.
Yeah. Yeah. It is one of those cool sports, It's like, any sport though, but archery that's my That's my game.
Yeah.
And I'm so enjoying it. And now that I've got this like new doorway in competition, because it's like, I did a year of target, and the start of the year sucked for me, and it was a hard time of my life anyway. But then as I progressed, I started medaling, you know, and climbing up, and then, you know, winning local shoots and winning against like the local legend of that area.
Yeah.
And then I was feeling a bit like out of my depth with competing against longbowmen that use band sights and ground markers, because even though just adding that to a bow doesn't instantly make it accurate, it does add reference points, which if you are in tune with those reference points, you can achieve a lot more consistency, because you're lining up those reference points, and it is more, you know, archery is a game of repetition, but then the more references you have, the more accurately you can repeat those actions.
Just that extra little.
And I don't like under the jaw anchoring. It doesn't feel, the way my body works, that gets quite painful on the right side of my body. But if I have a high anchor with a high elbow, it feels so natural. And then I was speaking to my friend Tom, who's, you know, he's a master bowman in English longbow, shoots with a band, nothing wrong with that. Oh, see, I'm friends with band sight users. You know, and he's been, him and Craig have been like very important last year with my archery, because they were at like most of the shoots I was doing, and they, you know, giving me mid-session coaching to make sure, because I was shooting differently. I'm shooting 70, 90 meters, you know, with a high anchor, you know, so it gets to a weird game, especially trying to be accurate at that distance. And I was just sort of airing these gripes I had with Tom, and he was like, oh, maybe you should, because I was saying like, oh, I'm just going to end up putting a sight band on and shooting Olympic style. And I was a bit, not I was a bit iffy about it, because it's not me. And then he was like, oh, why don't you try field archery? And I was like, well, I want to get the master bowman classification. He was like, AGB do that now. They have a field master bowman classification. So I was like, okay, I'll give that a try. And I saw that in the next coming weeks, my county was having their field championships, and it was a national animal round. And I was thinking like, okay, I can, you know, research what that was, went to my club, found a load of old painted animal targets, and I was like, okay, I'll give this a try. And something clicked, and I was just able to just get some pretty good kill shots, like out of an English longbow, which, you know, the stigmas around English longbow accuracy. And I was a bit like, okay, this is more my flavour. And then I struggled so much with target, and then turned up to the Surrey field champs. You know, everyone there knew each other. Everyone's, you know, it's like the field guys running like the same circles. They see each other at all the other field shoots. And in my like field party, I had Freya Wise with me, and she is the UK rank 1 for women's English longbow in field and 3D. And I had researched the results every year prior, so I could see who's top dog.
You throw yourself into these things.
So I do a lot of research into my competition. I want to see as much information as I can get, and you know, from looking at the previous results, it's like, okay, these are the names of like the top dogs. These are the sort of scores they're shooting. And in English longbow for Surrey gentlemen, I think the average winning score was like 170 points.
Yeah.
And I'd rocked up to this tournament with zero, you know, essentially zero field experience. You know, I shoot on a flat range, so I don't have up, down, things to shoot in front of, you know, things to, you know, maneuver my body around. And, you know, animal targets I just got on really well with. And I won Surrey gentleman with 220 points, so it's a big jump over what, you know, the average was previous years, and loved it. It's more video gamey to me because I feel like field archery and 3D reward accuracy, not consistency.
Yeah.
Because if you can just get 3 accurate arrows off on a target, 24 times, you're golden. Yeah. Whereas doing 72 arrows, 6 arrows at a time, it's like, I was speaking earlier, it's like I was losing to people who are hitting 3 with 6 arrows, and then if I'd get like 3 golds, it's not good enough.
Yeah.
So it's just like a little, it felt like a different game, and it felt like really me. So this year I've decided to throw myself fully into 3D. I've still got my paper targets at my club, so that's what my main practice is, but shooting with you today, you're getting that 3D deer out.
Both of us, to be fair, we were shooting on a roundel, big colourful
big
face.
rondel.
And we was in it, nothing special. We bring a 3D out and the droop,
something clicks. Yeah. Something clicks. And Freya White, she was awesome to shoot with because she's really good longbow archer herself. But I was just asking her all these like tips and little nuggets of knowledge that she had to like give up. And even though it was more natural to me, it showed me flaws with my shooting, and I've never had to shoot at 5 meters.
Yeah,
I've never had to shoot downhill. So
that confuses the crap out of some people. Taking it short.
Yeah, so it's small little pheasant target, very vertical line, downhill. I was really struggling. I was always just like grouping above with the close target, long range targets I was smoking.
Yeah,
so I could hit the kill zone on like a lynx target from 30, 40, 50, and I was just a bit like, whoa, this is awesome. And then it's like the picking up point targets, I just didn't have a hope. So that's been something I've been more practicing. And Overton Black Arrows is quite near my county, so I'm going to attend one of their winter league shoots, so I can, because they got a very crazy landscape where it's very up and down, so that's going to allow me to practice and hone in my up and down game, because right now I'm standing on benches and
you got to do what
hanging targets up to sort of simulate that sort of shooting. But you saw one of the videos where I was still on a bench shooting straight down, and
I think that's the one I commented.
That's when I ascended. Grizzly Jim has commented on my post, gave me a follow.
A man out here doing stuff with a stick that people have been struggling to do with machined aluminium and carbon for years. It was just impressive.
Thank you.
You're an impressive longbow archer, and it's good to see, because we mentioned it before, but there is that kind of complacency with English longbow where I don't have to try. It's just, whatever.
Yeah.
But you can be accurate with an English longbow. You're proof you can be accurate with an English longbow.
I know a lot of recurve archers that have a longbow to like mess around with, and it's like, if you're using a band sight and ground marks, and it's essentially the same sort of formula you shoot with your recurve bow, so why shouldn't you be accurate with it?
Yeah.
Bow is a bow, arrow is an arrow.
Yeah.
But I think just being able to like just get good accuracy, quash that myth a little bit. I don't think I'm stellar. I know there's things I need to work on to improve my game, get better, because I want to be one of the top longbowmen in the country. That's what I want to do. Alex Nunes is, he's proven that you can go international with it, and I want to get to that sort of level.
Yeah.
And again, I'm only 1 year, 8 months into English longbow, so give me 5 years, I reckon I can do it. So it is just...
You're already pissing me off with the groups you're putting in.
But
don't show me up.
Dude, like
Grizzly Jim, don't show me up.
You didn't have like a knocking point. You're still shooting like real good, traditionally.
It was just good shooting with you, but it's always nice.
Yeah, it's definitely one of like my bucket list things. Yes, it's like when you used to do shooting clinics. Back in the day, it's like, I think I was like 16 or something. So I didn't have no money, to hey mom, dad, drive me out to like Kent, where this guy you don't know is going to be doing coaching.
I want to go hang out with
I need money
a man
for
I met on the internet in the woods.
Yeah, I watch all his videos. I need to learn from him, and it's like, you start doing the workshops because you had like Grizzly strings come in and other things take priority, and I was just like, I've missed my chance. But
there'll be more. You don't need them. I'll take one from you.
Well, yeah, I could get you shooting pretty good with English longbow. We could do that.
It's not that hard.
Get you back on the 3D circuit.
Well, that's the plan. But I think if I go back, I think I'm going to go. I'll go longbow, not English longbow.
Yeah, but flat bow.
Flat bow.
Yeah.
With wooden arrows.
Yeah.
Just because it's more kind of the way I shoot.
And you shot like a flat bow for years. And it's like you love your arcade one with the longbow limbs on it. It's like I've got a pair of like DAS longbow limbs I threw on my Black Wolf like years ago, and that was about as close to an AFB I got. But it's definitely within like your skill set and your DNA for it, 'cause it's very similar.
It's more like the way I shoot. I mean, most of the guys shooting longbow are gapping.
Yeah.
Which I don't gap, but...
Yeah, you say that, but my friend Clay Sanderson, Danish #1 with longbow, and he came second in the fields this year.
He was at Lancaster.
He was at Lancaster, highest qualifying score. I mean, Lancaster scoring, they got the 11 ring, but he scored 540 with a competition longbow, AFB. And it's just like... He's
a machine. I love
He's an absolute machine, but again, it's like, I love chatting to him because he practices about the same amount as I do, because I'm not gunning every day with my longbow because I don't want to wear it out. Because with traditional equipment like English longbow, if you are just gunning it day in, day out, wood can only bend so much in its lifetime, and it's a very dynamic piece of wood that has a lot of energy going through it. So you're going to be like wearing your bow out pretty quick. And I will admit it now, I do practice with a recurve, like a Roland snake. I'll do that 5 meters in the flat. Just to make sure that my shooting's still good, my form's still. If I do get my longbow out, just to make sure like arrows are tuned or something, I've got to do like the splits to get my body low enough, because otherwise I raise up and top knock shoots through the ceiling and disturbs my neighbours. But it's like,
he's at it again.
Boom, boom, boom. Every time I shoot. But so he shoots in his like garden, because him being like really good at 3D, I was like, do you practice with 3Ds? And he's like, no, just practice on the target. And it's like, okay, I can do that. But he shoots what he says gap stinctive, and I think I fall more into that way, because my shooting style with English longbow, I've shot it enough at the distances I need to for 3D where I can sort of track the trajectory. And I've got little lizard brain. I can't do math. I can't, Clay Hayes, this is 6 inches at 20 yards, like this stick, I can't measure it out like that, but I can sort of like envision where my hand, like bow and arrow are. And then it's sort of like, when I come up to shoot, it's sort of like trying to make those puzzle pieces fit. And it's like
a correlation of sight picture.
It's like, I know, it's like if I had to shoot something 5 meters away, it's like, okay, I know my arrow point's going to be like, look down, okay, maybe like at that front leg, and I'll, gap stinctive. I'm instinctively just trying to gap and just be like, I'm not going to be like, that is 6 inches at 22 yards. I can't do that.
I can't match.
But I can say, I reckon the leg. I reckon that leg, and then it goes into the kill zone. I'm like, okay, I'll do that again. It's like that's how I shoot. But I mean, growing up, I was pure instinctive. Messed around with split vision a bit. I had a fixed crawl at one point.
You got to try these things to find out if they
find what
work
works.
or don't work.
You find what works.
I mean,
this is working for me now.
I can gap shoot. I did a really good round once. I think it's Portsmouth or something, and I thought, screw it, I'm going to gap it. And it frightened me a little bit because I was quite good.
Yeah.
I was like, oh. No. But it wasn't fun. I didn't enjoy it. Where doing it the way I do it, every arrow is enjoyable.
Yeah, I mean, fun at the end of the day. And then results are cool. Results are good. I'm a huge proponent for, because if you do shoot for scores, what happens on the day you shoot a bad one in practice? And one thing I started doing when I was mucking around with like Frankenstein trad bow, bare bow, was if I shot a bad score that I wasn't happy with, I would only leave the range if I like shot a balloon.
Yeah.
Or something fun.
You got to end on a positive.
You end on a positive, and then I go home and I think I'm badass.
Yeah.
Because otherwise, if I go home with a sucky score, because I only get to like shoot once a week with my full-time work and like the field I shoot at, it's like if I go home sour, I've got a whole week of put myself down, and archery is confidence. If you've got that confidence in your shot, it's like you can. It's pretty crazy.
Really
things.
important principle is confidence.
Yeah.
You can vibe yourself out so easy. But always finish on a high. That's
100%.
Really
New archers do that. Finish on a high, have fun. Pure
joy. We're running out of time.
How many batteries you got left?
Well, I've got another one battery, but they're gonna shut the shop in about 20 minutes.
Oh God! Okay.
And then we can have a really long podcast.
Yeah. Okay.
But
who's editing this?
I've got to edit this bloody thing.
I'm so sorry. You're gonna have to listen to this all over again.
It's got to be at least 2 hours so far.
Yeah.
Something like
Well,
that.
you can best bits it. But I'm sure someone will find some kernels of knowledge out of this. And I've had a great time. Thank you for having me. This has been like bucket list. Kind of, when you messaged me, I was at work and I was just like sweating. I was just like, there's no, what is it, Jim in my DMs? And I was just like, oh my God.
Yeah, well, I showed you my list. I think you were fourth on my list of people I wanted to get on the show. Because, I mean, obviously, being Merlin, we've got access to some really big names in archery and stuff. But I also want to showcase people who are just doing great things,
local level, regional,
who are doing cool stuff.
Yeah,
right? I love you. I love watching you like grow.
Hey, guys.
Yeah, I love you, man.
I love you, Grizzly Jim.
I sort of seen you come on the scene, like doing your thing, and then getting bigger and just interacting with your community. And you're always shining a positive light on what you do, and I want to show, because I've been in the game a while. I've got to a certain level where I've got a platform. Yeah. So it'd be nice to share that platform with other people. Yeah. And so, but I mean, you're a big deal in your own right. You've got stickers.
Yeah.
You got stickers. I put one on my bow. Look.
If you find me at a tournament, ask for a sticker. I will deliver. It's fine.
It's been a genuine play. It's been such a great day. It hasn't felt like work at all. We've just been talking absolute crap for hours. Yeah. And this is exactly
that field vibe in, indoors. That's awesome.
It's rare, but this is exactly what I wanted the podcast to be. Really conversational, really just laid back, just a couple of dudes talking about archery, letting it.
Trad lads,
putting that down.
Yeah, you can have that one for free. That's fine.
Yeah, I mean, I do like a podcast, and I've been on enough of them. But
Dude, you've been on like every single one. Any single stream podcast, that's Grizzly Jim episode. Yeah. So Rob Jones earlier, you've been on that one,
Yeah, have I? I think
yeah.
He wants me to go back on it, actually.
Yeah. That's me.
Yeah, you could have done.
Rob, I was right there.
Bigger fish. But no, I've been... through COVID, I was on a lot of podcasts.
But that was just sort of like a thing to do at the time, wasn't it? It's like no one had anything going on, so...
I'd like to do something with them. As much as I enjoy being on the Pushes podcast, I always really got on... Matt is a great deal. I love Matt. Yeah. But Tim, I love Tim to bits.
Yeah, I think it's like 3 episodes. Every single one's with Tim. Yeah.
We're going to do our own morning coffee with Grizzly Jim.
Yeah.
Because he had to get up really early.
Oh, okay. The time difference is. Christ.
But he's got he does a bow hunting, traditional bow hunting podcast.
Oh, okay.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
But yeah, the more podcasts out there, the better. I mean, but yeah, we've got access to some big names. We can and manufacturers as well. Like I say, we've got Pit Bickerstaff coming in.
Yeah.
I think I got a couple of guys from Uka coming to do something here in the spring.
The French?
The French are coming.
French are here?
They're coming for you. They want revenge.
Yeah.
They're coming. So I have some manufacturers coming in talking about products and stuff.
Yeah.
So it's not. I mean, I'm going to pay special attention to the kind of trad side of things.
Yeah, I've got some names.
Some
names.
People. But yeah, it's brilliant. And to have this as my first recorded podcast, it's been everything I want it to be. Hopefully,
perfect. Yeah.
Hopefully it's worked. The green lights and the red lights are in the right places on the camera, so I'm hoping it's all recorded properly.
Yeah.
If not, I'll be like, hey, Lee.
Well, if you need me to come down again, or come up again,
you
that's
are always
fine.
welcome. If you want to come back, I'll always have you because it's been great talking to you. But
this has just been so like bucket listy for me because it's like I've just been watching you forever.
It's great.
And now I'm sat here
and you're blowing smoke on my ass. You're massaging my ego.
This is not helping.
But it's always weird when you kind of meet someone on the internet because you a few DMs and whatnot there, but you've always just been like a face on a screen. Like, but it's like that's the guy off my phone.
Yeah.
That's the thumbnail. But yeah, it's been brilliant. So thanks for coming, man.
My pleasure.
It's been brilliant, and I hope you have a safe trip home.
Thank you. Yeah.
It doesn't take too long. In rush hour.
Yeah. Oh boy, this is gonna be epic. Yeah.
Lee, thanks for coming in, man.
Yeah.
I hope to see you again.
Yeah. 100%. 100%.
And keep in touch. Let me know what's going on in the world of the black bow.
Yeah. Yes, sir. Hopefully Welsh champion soon.
Watch the space if you come back and tell us about it.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, the season should be a good one. Booked in for most of the big AGB 3D competitions. If you see me there, please come up and say hello. I'll let you touch the bow.
Get sick.
You'll get a sticker. It's fine. Yeah, that's all I got to say.
Yeah.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah, well, thanks. I haven't even got a sign off or anything yet. This podcast is so new. I haven't got a sign off, which is what was I? You take care, shoot straight, and I'll see you on the internet. But maybe I need a new one for it. Maybe you should do it. Maybe that should be the thing.
English longbow supremacy. Please shoot the style. I'm sick of being the only one.
Please, I need some friends.
Please.
Well, anyway, that's been Lee, the Trad Sniper. You guys take care. Shoot straight. We will see you again on the internet. And before we go, do you want to plug anything? Do you want to give your Instagram and whatnot?
Trad Sniper on Instagram. Yeah, that's it. That's what I'll plug.
It'll be in the description.
Awesome. Thank you. Lovely.
Okay. Because this is probably going to be watched by tens of people.
Yeah. Okay.
So
I hope you guys like it.
Yeah. I'm not quite the drawer I used to be. But cheers, man. Thank you very much.
Yeah.
I think we're done.